Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. So I want to do a review on the Sony ZV-1F camera. Now, I've had one of these cameras before and I got to be honest with you, I really like a lot of Sony's products. However, this camera took a lot to get used to. Now, what this camera is, in case you're curious, it is a vlogging camera. So I can vlog. Now what I really like about this camera is, like I said, it's very, very small as you can see, but there's a flip out screen. And as a creator, that's what you need. You really need a flip out screen. Now I just want to let everyone know that I'm not being paid by Sony to do this video. To be honest with you, I'm starting to run out of ideas. So I just thought, you know what are other things I love? So I love cameras, so why not talk about cameras too? Another thing I really like about this camera is the steady mode on this is actually really good. Like for example, I could turn this into a gimbal. Not a proper gimbal like my phone can do, but I could turn this into a gimbal where the video itself is not very shaky. There's all these settings that you have. I really hope you guys can see that. So there's the FN button, which means I can go back and forth with different settings that I want. There's autofocus, there's audio, whatever you want, I'm able to use. Yeah, so right here, as I said, sorry guys, I got distracted there. So you can shift around the buttons a bit to make sure that you get the picture that you want. You can adjust the audio. You can go into creative look, which is this one right here. Now for me personally, I don't mind creative look. I think it looks pretty cool. But one thing I will say about this camera is to make movies with it, it's not very good like to make a movie with. Now, if you wanted to make a movie with it, I suppose you could, but you got to ask yourself, is it really worth doing? See, I film a lot also with my phone. And the iPhone's camera is insane. It's better than this one. I mean, it's apples and oranges, you know, which one do you like? Everyone's going to have their own personal opinion on cameras versus smartphones. But if I had to choose, I would rather choose a camera. And here's why. Our phones are a massive distraction in everyday life. You know, we got social media, all these messengers, these message platforms, whatever. It's a lot to take. And as a content creator, man, this desk is sticky. Oh guys, I'm also filming at my TAFE, so I'm not at home, as you can tell. Yeah, and as I said, this camera, I would rather film with a camera because there's no distraction. I can put my phone away, I can get out the camera, and I can just make videos with it. Now, if someone asked me, if they said, hey, what would you really rather? It's easy. I'd rather a camera. I don't know why, I think smartphones today, as great as they are, and they truly are, I feel like they're a little bit overrated. Again, in my opinion. And the only reason why I feel that way is because of social media. Guys, I've got to be totally honest with you. I am not a fan. I am not a fan of social media. I don't really like it that much. So that's why I use this camera. Now this camera also, right, let's get back to the camera. The autofocus, excuse me. I'm going to flip the screen around so you can see it. It's not bad. Obviously, it focuses really quick. However, some of my footage is very fuzzy. I'm not sure what that is, but the footage does get really fuzzy. But, you know, that's to be expected. This camera, as versatile as it is, and it is very versatile, it is a $700 camera, and I don't know, I'm not really as convinced as I could be if it was a dearer camera. I'll give you an example here. I watched a movie called Scream, right? Everyone knows the Scream franchise, and if you don't, you're living under a rock and you need to watch it. So, the Scream movies, I always look at the cameras that they use. I think about, okay, how do they film with this? What do they do to get that? And they really do. They spend a lot of money on camera gear. Now, there are cameras out there for $100,000. $100,000 camera. God, it'd want to make you a cup of coffee with that money. Tell you what, if it's that dear. So guys, this was a review of the Sony ZV-1F camera. Now, as I said, it's small, it's lightweight, it's compact. You can put it in your pocket or you can put it in your bag. Wherever it is, it's perfect for vlogging. Alright guys, well, if you have any questions about this little camera, make sure to leave me a comment, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.